And there you go.
All right. Hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for being here with us. I wanted to start these planning Zooms for myself and for you guys. I heard a quote not too long ago and it stuck with me. And it says, if you're failing to plan, you're planning to fail. That hit me pretty hard. So I wanted to be more consistent with my planning and be a resource for everyone else who's also planning on Sundays. And then I know we've got the Focus February, and somebody else was chatting about that with in their 10-minute time. So I decided, if we want to be diamonds, or if we want to, grow our business at all, we need to be focusing on planning and all the things. So first thing that we are going to do here is we're going to take a few minutes to brain dump. So you're just kind of get a piece of paper or in your journal, whatever you've got in front of you. Hopefully it's paper. Hopefully you've got your calendar in front of you. I have mine here. I've already started writing things in, but I'm doing this here with you. So we're going to take a few minutes to brain dump, write everything down that you can think of that needs to be done, today through next Saturday. And let's just get it all down. All of your personal family stuff, anything that you can think of for business stuff. And let's just get that down. We'll take a few minutes here to take care of that. And let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to chat, put something in the chat or reach out, and let's do this together. Ready? Let's go.
Let's see. Angel is waiting to join if you're looking at the chat, Angel's stuck in the waiting room.
Oh.
We're just waiting on Zoom. I approved her, but it's taken a minute.
She's not in yet.
No, I put in the chat for her to maybe hop out and hop back in. Oops, wrong chat. Okay, let's try it again. Here she is. And she has a sweet little baby, so she probably definitely is going to be interested in time blocking planning.
Yeah.
Okay, she's in now. There she is.
Okay. Hello. All right. So we have just been doing some brain dumping. So writing everything down, getting everything out of our head and on paper, so that then we can kind of go through and organize. So I also, I pulled up the calendar that Amy put together in the Wellness Connection. And I made sure to put those in my calendar. Do you guys have those, or do you need me to share that with you?
I just pulled mine up on my phone, so I got it.
Perfect. Perfect. So somebody said that we should add in our personal life first. So I focused on that first, and I put, all of my personal appointments in first, and then put in the business stuff. And then tonight we have the Love Your Skin event in the it's in the Plexus Experience. And we have our leaders table tonight as well, if you're part of that. Some other things that I wanted to focus on was time blocking. So going through your day, each day, and looking at when you can plug in that time to
So
work.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you were getting ready to talk. Nope, just go ahead. I said I was going to stay muted the whole time. I lied. Go ahead.
So let's on each day we'll take just a minute here, and on each day kind of maybe when you can have that uninterrupted time to work your business, whether that's half an hour, an hour, whatever you can put in your calendar to make sure you're getting that stuff done during that time, so that you have that focused time to be really productive. And if you need to, maybe half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, whatever you think is going to work best for you. I know for me, it's a little bit crazy, and I usually end up working during when my twins are taking a nap. Somebody else said, do whatever you want to do least, whatever's least exciting to you, you should do first to get it done and get it out of the way. I have an alarm set for 6 tomorrow, so I can get up before the kids get up and do some working before the craziness of the day starts. But I know that I want to be organized and I want to be successful. And if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. I'm not super excited to wake up at 6, but I'm super excited to be productive. So that's what I'm going to do. So, hopefully you found some corners and some pockets in your calendar there to get some of that focused work in. I wrote down a lot of questions for you guys to think about as you're planning out your calendar and your day. Who are your people that you're reaching out to this week? Who are the new people that you want to talk Plexus with, or that you need to nurture relationships with? Those should be in your calendar, those people, so that you can write it down, see that name, and then you can also write a little follow-up next to their name, like what you talked about, if they had questions you answered, if there's something you need to find to share with them. Who are you following up with? Who are your current people that you need to check in with? Did you have somebody start this journey with you and maybe they just got their products? Maybe they just got that text from Amy and Amy and you need to follow up with them. Oh, tomorrow the intermittent fasting starts. Do you have anybody that's starting the intermittent fasting that you want to check in with and maybe give them a little bit of encouragement through that first week? Because that can be a little bit challenging, right? I know it was a bit of a struggle for me those first couple days, especially not having my regular coffee first thing in the morning. So, just sending that little bit of encouragement and find out how it's going for them. We talked about time blocking and how we're doing that. And then another thing to put in your calendar is your content. So what do you want to talk about this week? What do you want people to see from you this week? And it can be both in your stories and on your page. What do you want to share? What do you want to talk about? What's on your heart? And then we also, for those of you doing Shalene, her classes, we've got those in there too. So sounds like a lot. And that's why I thought that this planning Zoom would be really good for all of us. So what questions do you guys have? Where can I help? I think Amy was going to say something earlier.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of things because I'm trying to plan better as well.
Yeah.
I also love to time block, and I love, in fact, some people tease me about my colored erasable pens because I have one, but I designate one color for Plexus and then another color for like personal family stuff. And then I do another color for some other things that I have. But what I found is that I really have to be intentional with how much time it's actually going to take to do something, because I'll time block, but then I'm not really realistic, and something may take me a lot longer than what I actually designated. And then that just throws my whole day off. So, and I've had to pick like just one or two big things a day, like tasks to accomplish instead of like 4, because that happens. So just other people might fall into that too.
Yeah.
And then I'm like you, I've realized to truly have my best day and really feel accomplished at the end of the day, I have to start getting up earlier and doing a couple of things, not necessarily work, but just getting like centered for the day, having my coffee, looking at my plan, but then showering before and getting dressed before I take Adelaide to school. That makes a huge difference. Just that one little thing, I'm way much more productive the rest of the week or the rest of the day. So
yeah, absolutely. Last month, I decided that I was going to start showing up for myself and for and for my business. And that meant getting dressed every day instead of sitting around in my pajamas all day. And it definitely made a difference in my mindset, in everything. And I had a fair month last month. So
rockin' month.
Yeah, if all it takes is getting dressed to help my mindset and my mood, then I'll do it.
Isn't it crazy? It seems like something so simple and honestly so silly, because I remember thinking one of the perks of working from home is that I can be in my sweatpants or my pajamas if I want to, but that wasn't doing it for me. And it makes such a huge difference. Now, I don't always make my hair pretty or put on full makeup, but putting on pants that button, putting on like a pair of earrings and some mascara, like that really just makes me show up so much more confident in my business and just in life in general during the day. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. And I found what I was doing is not doing that. And then I was going to school in like my sweatpants and, bed hair or a hat. But then I would get home and just was behind the rest of the day. And then I'd be like, oh man, I really want to shower and like get dressed. And I'm doing it like at 2:00, right before I have to run right back and pick her up. So
Well, and when you're dropping off and you're in your pajamas or your sweatpants and your hat, you don't want to run into people.
right.
Right. But then if you're dressed and ready to go and you happen to see somebody, then you feel more confident, just having conversation with them, and you never know where that conversation could lead.
That is such a good point. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I just wanted to share that posting or writing on my calendar here what your posting content is going to be for the week. What a great idea. I mean, that is so, it's so in line with some of the training. Like I listened to Brock yesterday and he was talking about, your niche and all that, and what value you have and different things. And I'm like going, if you could post one subject all week, like maybe skincare, like we're doing tonight, if maybe one week could be skincare and then the next week could be whatever, or whatever's on your heart.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, that's great. I love that. And then Amy, we color coordinate here too. Sorry, come on dogs. We color coordinate here with, my business, the Plexus, and sorry.
You're fine. It always happens. Mine do the same thing.
One of the things that I wanted to ask is, like last week, we had some issues. Okay. We had power out for a while and then we had internet down. So it was kind of like 2 days there that we're not full, even though I have this stuff scheduled. How do y'all handle that once you feel like, oh my gosh, everything's kind of like just falling apart? What are y'all, because I know it happens to everybody. What do y'all do?
It does. Well, often like that'll happen to me with the kids, where like yesterday they didn't take a nap. That was rough. And that's usually when I'll post, is when they nap. So I ended up not posting yesterday. And this morning I woke up and I was like, dang it. Like my storefront wasn't open yesterday if somebody were to look at it. Life happens. And I don't think we can get caught up in that, because then that changes our mindset for today, right? Like I feel like I kind of started in a deficit almost, because I was already down on myself for not posting yesterday. And I don't want that to come through in my stories or in my posting.
Right.
So I think you just have to roll with it. Just say it is what it is, maybe God take a couple days off,
That's kind of where I came to, but it was like, okay, I guess you just have to give yourself permission to, not feel behind and not feel like you're not caught up,
Right.
just pick it up from there and go forward.
Yeah. When you can always write in your journal, or, find other ways to reach out to people, or, have conversations or whatever. You don't have to be posting on social media. You can be reaching out to your team via text if you can, or whatever. Or you got a couple days off and you needed the couple days off, and
There you go.
now you're just gonna run with it from here.
Yep.
One thing, I was talking to Heather Barnett on the team, and she actually, so a lot of us are like, doing a lot of personal growth right now. So you guys have heard me talk about all the stuff I'm participating in. She actually, after Kristen Boss's 3-day course, she jumped into her Success Academy. And she was sharing with me that Kristen talks about how when you time block, you want to plan for obstacles ahead of time. And so what she was saying was, for Heather, she's got 2 boys. So it's kind of like you, Stephanie. She has to have a plan in her head. Like, okay, this looks great, but what happens if they don't nap? like kind of what's that backup? And so I know,
Yeah.
Betty, like a lot of times you can't plan to have the power out. That's not something we foresee. But I thought that was really good. Like where else can it fall in your week if that day gets messed up? So having not time blocking so tight that you don't have wiggle room.
Right.
And something I started doing that really helped too is if I miss something, unless it's just uber crazy important, I don't try to go back and watch recordings because then I just feel like I'm behind because then I'm probably watching it while I'm missing something else that day.
Thank you. Yes, that's it. That's
So
it.
I just kind of like bless and release. I am okay if I missed a whole day's worth of chat messages, like just start where you're at kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was part of what was making me feel so far behind because I go into the chats and I'm like going, oh my gosh, there's
Yeah.
95 of them since I was in here last.
Yeah, no, don't even. You're not, if it's something incredibly important, it always goes on the team page. Most of the time we're just in there chit chatting. I mean, you might be missing things that we're sharing little nuggets, but it's not anything that's so groundbreaking that you're not going to see it again somewhere else,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you. I feel like I've gotten now permission to not like have to read back all the way back.
Yeah, don't scroll back.
Well, and you're not making money in the chat.
Exactly.
Yes, you're right. That's so
Like I appreciate all the stuff that's in there, but that's not where we're most productive.
Mhm.
So
It's not on my IPA. Yeah.
well, and that's why a lot of you guys, and I try to make sure at least all my like levels 1 through 3 who are working the business have my cell phone number. And I know I've told Stephanie a lot too, like I get sucked into Messenger. So there are times where I have to not even have it open, which means if you need me, you can still get me. You just have to text me. It's not that I'm like not talking to people. It's that I get sucked into Messenger. So I have to set a Messenger boundary,
yeah.
Yeah. An urgency boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went back
Sometimes-
and forth too. Right now I'm doing a Success Academy and I downloaded this app where they're all about your morning routine or your evening routine. Like there isn't anything that you have to do to be successful in this routine. It's not like you have to journal or meditate or you just have to have a routine. And one of the things you probably have seen a lot and I would wake up and be on my phone. But then a lot of people are like, oh no, you don't want to pick your phone up in the beginning. Like that sets your day. That's so bad. So I quit doing it. Well, I actually do my best work early in the morning. And so, it's actually, so then I read stuff. They're like, no, that's actually okay to be on your phone if you're using it for your business and it's productive time. So I've been getting up at like 5:15. I grab my coffee. I do Wordle because I just really like it. It's like my own little zone. And then that's when I do my follow-up with my potentials or my customers. Because like my brain's firing. I'm super smart in the morning. The longer the day goes on, the less smart and motivated I am. So don't feel like you can't be on your phone as part of your morning routine because you see a lot of people say, oh, the worst thing you can do is pick your phone up as soon as you wake up. If you're getting sucked into the scroll or in Messenger like that, yes.
Yeah. And then too, there's so much stuff being fired at us right now because we're all going through all these personal development programs and things. And so trying to absorb them all and then pick what works best for you is kind of like makes it a little bit crazy right now.
Yeah. I have to get on and like clear all of my notifications before I can start the day. But it's just like it's almost like a brain dump. Like, okay, I see everything. It's out of the way. I can go have my coffee and start my
So I love this. I don't know how often you're able to do these stuff. I know you're trying to figure out timing and maybe you'll do it on a Saturday or I like this idea. And I think the more people we get on to, it'll be really, really good.
Well, and I think we can learn so much from each other with these two. So maybe I'll post in a couple of the chats to see when might be a good time for everybody. So if you guys have any ideas, just send them my way, and we'll have to think of something different for next Sunday since it's Super Bowl and it's Valentine's weekend and all the things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this a lot.
I do too. And maybe we could do just in a chat or something like a Wednesday check-in to see like how everyone's doing. Did you really have to adjust your, how's the time blocking going? Kind of like a self-check.
Yeah. Yep.
That'd be really good. And so I will, I'm going to sit down too and finish mine. I will post a picture of maybe if we wanted to share our pictures of our time blocks so that other people could see. I'm okay. Like I got all my personal stuff in there. So if you're not comfortable sharing that, I get it. But that might help some people too. I could take a picture of mine here in a little bit and dump it in the thread.
Yeah, I can do that too.
So, okay, awesome.
Perfect. Thank you so
I can
much,
do
guys.
mine. I'm not finished with mine yet, but I'll share mine too.
Awesome.
My dogs are going crazy, y'all. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, bye guys. Oh, I'm
Bye.
sorry. You were getting ready to get off, weren't you, Steph? I didn't want to end it early.
Yeah, no, I think that was perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.